It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I am your host, Pat Disabato from the Southtown Star newspaper, and if you haven't figured it out by now, folks, we are at Ridge Central High School in Olympia Fields, home of the Olympians, and the Olympians are off to a fantastic start. They're 3-0 on the young season. All they've done so far is outscored opponents 144-24. Last week, week 3, they took it to Ridgewood 42-0, and they host Riverside Brookfield here on this field Friday night, 6:30. See if they could extend their winning streak to 4 straight games to start the 2013 season. Our guest today, Ridge Central coach Terrell Alexander. Terrell's got it going on over here, man. A lot of optimism, a lot of excitement, and I think the Olympians, like I told you viewers, week 1, this was my sleeper team of the season, was Ridge Central, and I'm very confident when it comes to that week 9 battle with Crete-Monee, they're going to be undefeated, so we'll see what happens. But we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Yesterday, noon, ordered some Beggar's Pizza, little Bears game. That doesn't get better than that, folks. Beggar's Pizza and some Bears football. So we come back, Terrell Alexander, Ridge Central football will be our guest. We're talking Olympians.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a pepperoni sausage, green peppers and onions. Don't forget the extra cheese, large pizza. Oh, by the way, I also make house calls. Beggar's Pizza, we lay it on thick.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
If you're in the mood for some of the finest barbecue in the Southland, then Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights is the place for you and your family. Whether it's ribs, chicken, brisket, pulled pork, or any other barbecue favorites, Bona Pit serves up a flavor explosion in a championship form. We also offer steaks, seafood, sandwiches, a mouth-watering nachos platter, and salads in a casual atmosphere, with the option of either dining inside or on our heated patio. Watch the big game in our full-service bar, or call ahead for pickup. Bona Pit in Palos Heights. Hello, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, our guest this week, Ridge Central football coach Terrell Alexander. Terrell, how's it going, my man?
How's it going? Good to see you.
Thanks for coming on board, my man. First time out for you on the Coach's Corner Show, so I appreciate it.
Glad you could come out.
I appreciate it, man. All right, 3-0, outscored opponents 144-24. Are you surprised at how dominant the team has been up to this point, or what?
I'm not surprised that we played well, but you do get a little surprised when you put up those type of numbers as far as offensive production.
Yep.
Guys have been good. They've been great. They've stayed grounded, and it's fun. Those are fun football games for the fans, but you know on film, you see a lot of mistakes that you need to clean up.
Bring the kids down to reality a little bit, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, what areas do you feel that you guys have excelled at the most, and what areas do you see yourselves needing to improve a little bit and tighten things up?
Well, I think we've excelled at the most is practice and preparation. I think we've done a great job of preparing. I think the games and the outcomes of the games are definitely handled on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And those guys, we look sharp in practice, and I think that's what we've excelled at.
Yeah.
And then Friday is just kind of the byproduct of that. And
going out and executing these
yes,
kids are
sir.
going. And then what do you
Yes,
see where you might need to tighten things up a little bit, Terrell?
Well, we need to get older, and I don't know how you do that in one season, but we need to get older, and just, our veterans need to bring our younger guys along and keep maturing as the season goes along, because we're kind of in uncharted territory, so I don't know how we're going to atone for not being here before,
Right.
So we got to keep working at it.
Okay. Now, you scored 144 points in 3 games.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, the skill guys are doing their job, the O-line, but who have really stood out up to this point offensively?
I think Ahmad McClellan has kind of gotten us started. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards a pop. Just the way he's hit holes and been fearless in running the ball. Now, of course, like you said, he hasn't been the only person. I think Deshaun Kelly has given us sparks in 2 games. He's returned 2 kickoffs.
Yep.
When you get something like that, you don't have to really manufacture a lot of offense. He kind of did it on his own. Of course, these guys are blocking up front, but that's been great for us. Just those guys have really stood out amongst others.
It's just been a whole team offensively, really everyone collectively doing their jobs pretty much.
By committee, Mike Hoover has really ran the show very well. He's real poised back there. He's real calm. I haven't seen him rattled, and I hope I don't have to see him rattled because the old line's done a great job too.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And defensively, man, I mean, 24 points is all you guys have given up. Coming off a shutout on Friday night, beat Ridgewood 42-0. Who've been the key guys defensively for you?
Again, by committee. I think Malik Fountain has been strong.
Yep.
But also Joseph Gordon. He's been very good as a linebacker. He's really coming along for us. And our front 4, we knew that we would have some experience there. Those guys have played, and we're able to rotate, which I think helps us out a lot.
And keeps people happy.
Yeah, it keeps people happy. There you go. More guys that can play, the more guys that are interested
That's
in the middle of the game.
It keeps the parents happy too.
Yes,
Everyone's
sir.
happy, man. Everyone's playing. In terms of units, linebackers, secondary, pass protection, run defense, where do you think the team has excelled on the defensive side of the ball at this point, Terrell?
It's hard to say because we early in the game Friday we gave up some long drives, but I think just our overall team mettle, the way those guys are willing to fight. We had 2 goal line stands in the first quarter, so I would say that our linebackers have played well, but our defensive ends are probably the most consistent of all the levels. They're really a consistent group.
So you got Isaiah Hardy, right?
Sir.
He's on the line. Ian Ogbomo. Right?
Ogbomo.
And I know
yes, sir.
that's a mouthful, man.
Yes, sir.
But isn't Ian? He's like a top flight student too, right?
Yes. He's a 4.3 kid. I think he's a 26 on the ACT.
Yeah.
And he's looking to retake it because he wants to get a lot higher.
He thinks he can do better than that.
He thinks he can do better. Yeah.
That kind of shows what type of character that kid has.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. That's what he is. He strives for the best. He's actually been starting at tackle for us, also offensive tackle. So he's been playing both ways, and we just, it's good to have a kid like that works that hard and cherishes the grades also.
So how many guys you got going both ways, would you say?
About five. About five that consistently go both ways.
Okay.
On that O-line, D-line, we kind of go from week to week so that we're not burning those guys out. Ian started both ways. My son started at guard week 1, and we had Michael Alabanon who started at tackle 2 weeks ago. So we've kind of been doing that by committee also.
Yeah, and I remember, because this is your 3rd year, and it was something where you try to maintain 22 starters. I think a lot of teams would like to have that luxury. However, in a situation you're in now, you said, hey, man, we got to get the best players on the field, right?
Yeah, well, Jeremiah Mitchell doesn't come off.
Right,
and,
he's a stud.
Yeah, he's a stud. And Malik plays a ton of both sides of the ball also. Skill position-wise, we haven't had to at this point, but we very well could if need be.
Could happen down the road.
Yeah, yes, sir. Definitely could, yes.
All right, folks, we're going to go to Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. Go to lisathomassalon.com. Check out specials. Students, $27. Girls go in there, get their hair cut. $17 for boys. Just flash your student ID, and you're good to go at Lisa Thomas Salon. All right, we come back. More with Coach Alexander. He mentioned that he has his son on the team, so we got to talk about how that father-son experience has been going. That's always an interesting experience for coaches. So we come back. We'll talk a lot more. We're talking Rich Central football. Stay tuned.
What teen doesn't want to be in style with the latest trends? What teen doesn't want the hottest cuts at an affordable price? It's time to get noticed with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where girls get a cut in style for just $27 and guys get a cut in style for just $17. Get the right look for the right price at the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club. Your style, perfect style. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon.
For over 60 years, Standard Bank has been a part of your neighborhood, supporting sports and other activities, working with communities as they grow and thrive, helping businesses and families to reach their financial goals. In communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, your neighborhood is our neighborhood. We can help you reach your financial goals. To learn about products like Check Free, our super secure service that saves you time and money and makes it easy to pay your bills online, visit standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
If you're looking for delicious barbecue in the Southland, no one does it better than Bonapit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights. Stop in and try our mouth-watering ribs, tender piled-high pulled pork sandwich with homemade chips, or a perfecta combo in our year-round indoor-outdoor patio. Having a special get-together, Bonapit offers a party room for up to 100 people. Want to watch the big game? Fans can do so on one of our many flat-screen TVs and enjoy $10 domestic bucket specials every Sunday. Bonapit Grill and Smokehouse in Palos Heights. No one does barbecue better. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. If you're just joining us, we're at Ridge Central High School, home of the Olympians. 3-0 Olympians, our guest, football coach Terrell Alexander. All right, Terrell, you know, I got to give a shout out to my guy, Corey Stallings, baseball coach here at Ridge Central, man. I mean, I think 3 straight years they've won at least 20 games, and he's got that program rolling, man. Yeah, it's good to see.
He's doing a great job, man. Corey's a great guy, and I know he's, you know, from quality coaching, and he's just instilling that into those young men.
Yep.
He does a great job,
He does, man. I think they're going to be tough again this spring. He's got a lot of pitching coming back. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Yep. All right, well, we mentioned you have your son on your team, Terrell.
Yes.
What's that experience been like, man? Are you trying not to, you know, be harder on him than you are on the other kids, or what's the deal?
No, I make it almost apparent. I'm going to be hard on him. No, but he's a good young man. I'm blessed to have a young man that gets it. He understands. He's been around me for a long time coaching, so he understands, you know, what it takes to get there, and he does a fine job being a leader and blending. He doesn't try to, you know, take advantage of any perks because he know he wouldn't get any.
Why waste the breath, right?
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, and he's gracious in knowing that, you know, I got 60 sons out here, and they, you know, and he's fine with just fitting in the group. So, you know, I salute him for that.
And it's got to be a great experience, especially when you're winning like this, man. I mean, to be able to share the victories right now in this type of season, man, it's awesome.
It's a lot easier at home on Friday nights, you know, once we get a victory. So.
Exactly, man. Well, you talked about a couple offensive guys, Jeremiah Mitchell and Ahmad McClellan. I think Ahmad had 2 or 3 touchdowns on Friday, didn't he?
Three, right? Yeah.
So how would you evaluate their season thus far, these 2 guys, man?
As far as it's been good. It's been good. Jeremiah's been doing so many other intangibles.
Yep.
Like I said, he is playing defense, but he's doing so blocking so well, and just, you know, knowing where he's supposed to be, playing multiple positions and multiple sets and things like that. He's been the, you know, the kid that you ask for, you know, on that side of the ball, and he's the kids really look up to Jeremiah because of how hard he plays and how hard he works. So it's good to have him.
And having Ahmad, that's a bonus, man, right? I mean,
that's a bonus. And Ahmad, you know, he has a backup, Devontae Drakes, that comes right in after him. And, you know, usually with running backs, man, they're a little stingy with their carries. But, you know, Ahmad, you know, his numbers are fine, but he's really encouraging Devontae. And Devontae gets in there and just adds us another dimension also, you know. So it really makes us a better team. So, again, that's a tribute to him.
Okay. You play Riverside Brookfield Friday night here, 6:30. They threw up 70 points last week, so they always have an explosive offense. And I know, you know, everyone's looking at Week 9 battle, man. Crete Monee, you know, you guys are hoping you're 8-0. They're hoping they're 8-0. How do you avoid your kids getting a little bit full of themselves, reading the headlines, and not looking past these opponents? You got Rich South, you got Rich East, you got Bloom, Kankakee. How do you say, hey, man, we got to get to Week 9 and win these games?
Well, you know, like I said, man, my most important moment right now is right now at 4 o'clock when we go ahead and we start watching film. That's the most important thing for us right now. We can't look that far ahead, you know, and again, like I said, it's a big game. It would be a big game with Crete because they've already achieved their goals. You know,
state champion.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only reason it would be a big game. We have to take care of our business in the interim to make sure that Ridge Central is a part of that. But our biggest goal, focus is Riverside Brookfield and what we got to take care of as far as film study and getting on the field and practicing this week. That's so much more important than anything else. Yep. So that's what we're focused on. We wouldn't dare go look that far ahead.
Yeah, and I mean the kids know, man. No matter what the record is of Rich South or Rich East, they're going to give you their all, man. I mean, this is district pride, bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? They can't look at records.
I think both teams are good. I think both coaches are great. Their staffs are good. You know, and these kids know each other. So there's no intimidation or anything. They're going to go out and they're going to play great football. And you know, that's our district. So I root for them 8 games out of the year. You know, so you know. Again, Coach Connell's great. I think Coach Reed is a good coach, so they'll do fine. They'll do fine this year, and they'll play us. They'll play us amazingly tough. It's going to be great games. Great games. I know they will be.
So what do you think? If everything comes together for your team, man, what do you think they're capable of achieving this year?
Well, we've set our goals at the highest point, and I think any team that comes out here and works in the off season and has a great summer, and you all have a goal to win a state championship. That's not in the back of your mind or anything. That's at the forefront, and that way, you know, you have your smaller individual goals in between there, but when it comes down to it, you play this game to win championships, and that's what we want to do. No different than anybody else who's lining up. So, you know.
Do you think you guys are going to be a 5A or 6A? What does it look like?
I think 6.
You'll be 6, huh?
You'll
be stuck in 6.
Yes,
okay. Not that it doesn't matter, man. I mean, every class is tough.
Every
that's
class
for sure.
is tough.
So when you look at this program from top to bottom, from varsity down to the sophomore and freshman, what do you evaluate at? Where do you see this program being right now?
Pretty good. As long as if we can, we've established some leaders. If those leaders can lead like they're supposed to, and we can have the off season that this senior class has provided for us every year, then we'll have a chance to compete every year. You know, and one of the biggest benefits from some success is proving that hard work pays off. And if our program can go ahead and buy into that, then we'll be fine for a while.
Okay,
you know?
That's good to hear, man. You guys are doing a great job over here, man.
I really
and
do appreciate it.
One of your guys on staff, Quincy, was the great Quincy Woods, man. Covered him at high school, man.
Quincy Woods.
And you know his son's over at Bolingbrook, the quarterback over there. You know, having a great year. But you tell Quincy, his son would have looked real good in these colors, man. He would have looked awfully good in these colors.
He's right in the weight room. I'll make sure I let him know that.
Make sure you let him know that, man. A tremendous athlete, man. He was something else, man. He was something.
Yes, sir, he was.
All right. Well, Terrell, again, thanks a lot, man, for being on board. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you guys get to 8-0, and Creed's sitting at 8-0, not even as long as you guys are going for the conference championship in week 9, I will be here week 9. It's here, right? It is here week 9.
Thank you, I appreciate it, man. But you made some other guys mad, man, in the next couple of weeks.
Not at all.
No, I know.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun, man. I appreciate it, and you know, again, we're looking to practice today, and hopefully have a great practice today, and that'll make us better, make us a better team.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, folks, we are going to go to an athletics timeout. When we return, get out those cell phones, man. Text poll question of the week, sponsored by Standard Bank. Chance to win a $50 gift card, and it's got a Rich Central spin to it, man. I'm lobbing it up for you Rich Central fans. All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
Hello and welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Rich Central football coach Terrell Alexander for being our guest and wish the Olympians nothing but the best the rest of this season. All right, get out your cell phones. It's time for the Coach's Corner Show text poll question of the week, sponsored by Standard Bank. Chance to win a $50 gift card. Compliments of Standard Bank. All right, I'm lobbing this one up for you Rich Central folks, okay? What's the name of the Rich Central graduate who started at the University of Illinois and had a solid career in the NBA? All right? Text to 708-365-8501 with the name of that person. All right, texter number 3 with the correct response wins a $50 gift card, compliments of Standard Bank. Come on now, I'll even throw you another little bone. He was on CSN Network, did a little pre- and post-game show stuff, all right, for the Bulls. So that's all I can give you. That is all I can give you. I think he's an 86 grad at Rich Central too. So, all right, let's go to the results segment, sponsored by Athletics, Sports, and Orthopedic Physical Therapy. Kids, if you got an injury, adults, you have an injury, Tom Mulvey at Athletics, he is the guy to get you back in shape, that's for sure. All right, game I was at Friday, Richards 28, Lamont 14. For Richards, the 3-0 Bulldogs, Hassan Muhammad Rogers, 9 of 18, 235 yards, 3 touchdown passes. 2 of those passes went to Spencer Tears, covering 30 and 69 yards. Dedrick Shannon Jr. had a 34-yard TD reception that iced the game for the Bulldogs. First time they have beat Lamont in 6 years. For Lamont, Chris Thompson was 13 of 29, 123 yards. Mike Larkins had a 1-yard TD run, and Julia Ailman had a 1-yard TD run. For the Indians, who are an uncustomary 1-2 on the season right now, and they host Oak Forest Friday night. St. Rita 55, St. Lawrence 14. For St. Lawrence, Bob Kelly, 168 yards passing, couple touchdowns. Both touchdowns were to Mike Sterna. For St. Rita, Tommy Mister, 155 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Julian Crum had a touchdown reception. John Ladd had a touchdown reception. And Tyree Lee, 10 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown for St. Rita. Lincoln Way East 41, Stag nothing. For Lincoln Way East, Jordan Wirtz was 19 of 26, 212 yards. Alex Kraft had 3 touchdown runs, covering 3, 12, and 3 yards. Lou Taberry, that's a name of Eisenhower lore, all right? Lou Taberry, senior, great athlete at Eisenhower, great football player, went on to start at Northwestern University, so looks like the kid is a chip off the old man's block. Luke Epich, one of the two, he also had interception for East, who was 3-0. Mount Carmel 42, Bishop McNamara nothing. For Mount Carmel, Matt Domer, 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Jimmy Mickens had 138 yards on 10 carries, plus 2 touchdowns. Marco Borisic had a TD run and a TD pass for the undefeated Caravan, who will host Brother Rice, who was 1-2, Friday night, Gately Stadium, 7:30. Crete Monee 14, Simeon 12. For Crete Monee, Frank Douglas, 10 of 24, 115 yards, 2 TDs. Deshaun Smith had 11-yard TD reception, and Kevon Love, a 6-yard TD reception. For Crete Monee, also 3-0. They host Bennett on Friday night. I think I'm going to be at that game. All right, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. None other than Lincoln Way North running back Julian Hilton. All he did was rush for 323 yards and 4 touchdowns during a 43-36 double overtime win over Andrew. We're going to hook Julian up, who is an Illinois recruit, with a $25 gift card. Compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe in Oak Brook. The Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week, Maris volleyball player Caroline Yurkus, 13 digs to lead a stunning upset of Class 4A state champion Bennett. So we're going to hook Caroline up with a nice goodie bag, compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon. The Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse Coach of the Week, we're going to give it to Richards football coach Tony Sheehan. Guided the Bulldogs to their first victory over Lamont in 6 seasons on Friday night. So we're going to hook them up with a little Bona Pit Grill and Smokehouse, $25 gift card going there. You know, you get the perfecta, you can get the trifecta, you can get some pulled pork. Ton of good stuff at Bona Pit, and as of right now, we're going to be taping next Monday at Bona Pit, and Tony Sheehan looks to be our guest next Monday. They play Shepherd Friday night, a struggling Shepherd team who is 0-3 right now, lost 24-7 to my beloved, the Eisenhower Cardinals on Friday night, who are 3-0, just in case you need a reminder about that, folks. Travis Moore was on last week. They come back, beat Shepherd, 3-0. All right, we are going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. When we return, high and tight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
What teen doesn't want to be in style with the latest trends? What teen doesn't want the hottest cuts at an affordable price? It's time to get noticed with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where girls get a cut in style for just $27 and guys get a cut in style for just $17. Get the right look for the right price at the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club. Your style, perfect style. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon.
Since 1970, Standard Bank & Trust has been a landmark at the corner of 95th and Western. We're still at the same convenient location, and we're better equipped to serve your needs. So stop by and meet our friendly, professional staff. They provide personalized service and a wide range of products to help both businesses and individuals reach their financial goals. In the Evergreen Park area and in communities all over Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, we're your neighborhood bank. Learn more at standardbanks.com. Member FDIC.
Hello, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, folks, high and tight. All right, right now we've got Rich Central, Evergreen Park, Argo, Eisenhower, all 3-0, teams that are generally not in this position. And a lot of people asking, do you think they can sustain this type of momentum and at least qualify for the playoffs? I do believe each one of these teams can get to 5 wins. Some are going to blow past 5 wins. But I think in a couple cases, 5 and 4 will not get them the playoff points necessary to qualify for the postseason. I think they're going to have to get to 6 wins. But Rich Central's loaded. I mean, they've got great linemen, Malik Fountain, and they got Jeremiah Mitchell. They got some exceptional talent. They're going to be fine. They'll get their 6 wins. That's not going to be a problem. Argo, Jason Noel, a great quarterback, 3-year varsity starter. They've got some weapons. They're going to need to get to 6 wins, though. I don't think 5 is going to cut it, and that's happened to them on 2 occasions in the past, 6-7 years. They finished 5 and 4, didn't have enough points to qualify. But I think they'll get the job done. Evergreen Park, that's not going to be a problem. Jaclette McClendon, one of the top receivers in the area. Offensive line looks like it's playing real well, even though it's inexperienced. I see the Mustangs getting to 6 wins. And Eisenhower, Cardinals are a team that's probably going to need to get to 6 wins. I don't think 5 is going to get them to qualify. And at 3-0 right now, they're at Revis Saturday at 1 p.m. and they better be ready. Revis coughed the ball up 7 times in a loss to Argo. They're a formidable opponent. But I think Eisenhower will get it done too. All right, folks, hope you had a great week. Enjoyed the show. We'll see you next week.